Hi guys, this is your fall reading, okay? So I know these have taken a little while, but I finally am getting to them, okay? I want to let you guys know I have plenty of money spray left for your Venus retrograde, okay? Because if you're not dealing with the love situation, it could be finances with Venus in retrograde. It's usually both for me, so I always try to like combat it before it gets here, or just, you know, try to work with the energies. And this is a good way to help myself out, and I've actually shipped off a good bit of these already. So if you are waiting for your order, it should be getting here to you this week. I actually lost the receipt. I had this long receipt with all these tracking numbers and I cannot find it. So I will call, you know, and find out where your package is if you haven't received it by next week. Now, if you're international, that may be a different story depending on, because it has to go through customs and things like that. So if you haven't received it, I'd say within the next week, by the end of next week, then definitely reach out to me and I will call and find out where your package is, okay? But everybody that, even if you ordered more than just the money spray, if you ordered the love spray or the prosperity spray or anything else like that, it's been shipped to you, okay? So enjoy the reading, guys. Thank you so much for your support so far, your likes and your comments, even just your emails encouraging me to keep moving, because it's hard. A lot of readers are taking breaks right now because it's really hard to do love readings during Venus retrograde. So I've decided to try to stick it out. I know it's going to be kind of hard to do these readings consistently throughout this time, but you know, it's only going to last but so long, so it shouldn't be too much of an issue. It's just that Venus retrogrades the least out of the interpersonal planets, like the main planets that affect us. Venus retrogrades the least, so when she does retrograde, you feel it the most. So that's just what's kind of going on right now. So we'll get into the reading. Don't panic if you know you and your partner are separated during this time, or you find yourself withdrawn a little bit from love or your partner. It's actually natural with the energies that are going on right now, okay? So I'll get into the reading. See you guys. Bye. Hello Aries, this is going to be your fall reading. I hope you're doing well wherever you are. I'm doing well. So we're going to go over family, love, and money for the months of November. Well, obviously November, but September, October, and November. We're going to be just doing a little quick update on September, since September is almost coming to an end. You can see what you guys have been dealing with this month so far, and then we'll get into October and November. Okay, you guys are like Capricorn's reading. Capricorns had their cards were popping right as soon as I started the video. It didn't even take long. So we've got the 10 of Cups, we've got the Page of Coins, Page of Pentacles, we have the 5 of Wands, which is conflict in the love life, okay? And then we have the Strength card here. I believe this is the Strength card. Yeah, this is the Strength card. Okay. Yeah, Leo energy. Okay, so for money so far, I feel like there's something new that you may be waiting on to come in, or you're waiting to make a new move financially for something, but we'll see what that is here. Okay, let's see what's going on for October and November for Aries. What's going on with for Aries in October and November? All right, so we've got disappointment, the 5 of Cups. What's going on, Aries? We've got the 2 of Swords for family. Let me move this out of the way. Alright, I had everything perfect. I swear, it's like every video I have to readjust things. I don't know what happens, but whatever. Alright, there we go. I'll get these cards more straight in a minute. We have the 4 of Swords for love, which is good compared to this 5 of Wands energy. And then we have the Prince of Wands, which is actually different than the Knight of Wands in this deck. So it's not really the Knight of Wands. I feel like some of you may be moving jobs or changing professions. Okay. This is the Two of Cups is crowning for November. So let me move this just a teeny bit. There we go. So this is gonna drive me crazy if I don't fix it now. Okay. All right. What's going on with Aries in November? Aries in November. Aries in November. 3, 2, 1. Alright, so we've got the Fool card coming out for family. So some of you may be moving away from a familiar place or moving away from your family come November. We have the Ace of Wands here. So new start with love, really good, happy to see it. And then we have the Four of Pentacles, okay, so power. All right, so there's definitely some type of Hermit at the bottom of the deck, so it could be Virgo, some of you are dealing with. But what I feel here for work, that stands out for me a lot. I feel like there is some potential energy that's not being utilized right now. That may be the best choice though, because I believe it was, who was it? I want to say it was Leo or someone who was trying to make a career change. Oh no, it was Pisces. They were trying to make a career change and they wound up making the career change during Venus retrograde, and it's just not the best time for that career change. So it actually winds up being more of, you know, a disappointment than being fruitful. So for Aries, if you don't make a career change right now in the next 2 months, that wouldn't be bad. But I do feel like there is a career change that's needed, okay? If it's a promotion gone bad, you were promoted and not given what you were told you were going to be given, or even in a job situation where you went to another job and you were told it was going to be a certain way and it's not, that could be what it is as well. But either way, I feel like there needs to be a transition for jobs, okay? Now, if you do decide to transition jobs here, you will probably be kind of financially strapped a little bit in November. It's not the Five of Pentacles energy though. It just means that you are going to be a little bit more financially like tapped, or not able to move as freely financially as you normally are able to. Okay, so if you don't make a transition at this time, I don't feel like it'll be the worst, but after Venus retrograde, you definitely want to consider making some type of move, okay, with your job, because there's some potential energy that's not being utilized here with this Strength card. It's like you're not utilizing your full potential, or you're pulling yourself back from making a move. And that could be because even though you're very passionate right now, it's just not the time. That's smart, you know what I mean? You guys, Aries, tend to be a little bit of a, not want to say a smarter fire sign, but you guys tend to know how to direct your fire energy more efficiently sometimes than a Leo or a Sag, because Leos, we tend to face things head on. We go straight for them, and then we wind up burning out in the middle, or we wind up like running into the wall face first because it wasn't the best decision to make in the first place. We really put our all into everything. Where Aries, you put your all into everything, but you're cardinal, so you wait until you have the proper direction first before you assert that energy. So that's always a good thing. I'm not knocking it. Leos, we could actually learn a little bit from you guys about that, okay? Leos are probably, if you're watching this, like, what can we learn from an Aries? Well, we are all a fire element, so we definitely can learn from each other, okay? We just have different modes of operation. But that's kind of what I'm getting for career. So it's up to you if you would want to make the transition. I don't feel like it'll hurt you a big deal. Like, I don't feel like it's going to put you in a big situation, but it's definitely going to be a little tough here towards November. So Venus will probably already be showing you in September what this change needs to be. You're really going to be feeling that need to change, or that having that glimpse of what could be in September, because it's shadow period, and that's when Venus really shows you what you need to be working on. Okay, now for family here, we have the Page of Coins. So I feel like for some of you, there may be an offer put on the table to rectify a situation or a reconciliation. This could either be from you or someone that you're dealing with. It could be an earth sign. I feel like for some of you, it's someone that's younger than you, that you may be offering your truce with them, or they may be offering your truce with you, or something like that. But I don't feel like it goes well with the Two of Swords here, because I feel like it's a continuation of whatever conflict you're dealing with. Okay, you have tried to make peace with someone, you have tried to you know, move forward in a situation that kind of went left, but I feel like they're not really receiving that, or you know, you're not. Even if it's them, maybe it's because you're not putting up with their crap anymore. It could be with the Two of Swords here. Now the Fool card tells me that either things get rectified, which I don't feel like that's the situation, but I do feel like you are severing, not so much cutting someone off out of your life, but severing the duty and responsibility to a family member, or the duty and responsibility of trying to make things work with a certain family member, okay? Or even trying to make a family situation that work that's not going to, okay? You're really, I feel like this is a very big transitional month for you, but it's more about love. I feel like there may be a situation where you're moving away from your family because of love, or you're moving away from a familiar area. It's some type of new beginning where family is concerned, okay? And it's something that I feel like you've never done before, okay? It's something that you haven't done before, whether it happens in November or you start that plan in November, but you're definitely looking for a new beginning away from family, all right? So let's see why this Fool card is here. Why is this Fool card here for Aries? You guys got a card to fill out. Two of Pentacles, which is change. Two of Pentacles, change. So definitely some type of big change. I feel like it's moving for some of you, like an actual physical change. Or it could be that, say, your love life, your family life is hindering your love life, so you're trying to get away from that so that you can really have a new start and a new beginning with someone that you love, right? Okay. So there is change coming from family. I did just hear that some of you may have a relative that's transitioning, okay? That could be also what I mean by transitioning, meaning they're passing away, and I do apologize if you're dealing with that during this time, okay? So that is something that if you're dealing with someone, make peace with that now, especially if you don't have a good relationship with this person, okay? Maybe someone younger, and I feel like it's not, it may be suddenly, but it may not be. It may be something that's a long time coming, okay? If they're already like sick, or they live a certain type of lifestyle, you know. I did hear that, so I want to address that. I can't act like I didn't. So that could be what it is as well. But I mean, with the Two of Swords here, Aries, I feel like whatever it is, aside from something that deep, if it's just like a sibling rivalry, sibling squabble, issues with parents, issue with your in-laws, issues, whatever, whoever it is, you're at peace with it and you're ready to move away from it. You've made your peace with whatever the situation is, okay? I really feel like you were the one who was trying to be more positive in this situation, okay? But, you know, new beginning is needed and it's coming here. So that'll be very good for you. A new start in love as well, okay? And the Two of Cups energy. So it's someone that you're connected with. Love is very strong for you in November, okay? Now, what I feel like for September, Five of Wands. So there's conflict with you and your partner, okay? It seems serious, especially with Venus retrograde, right? It seems really serious, but I don't get that like it's the end of the world, okay? It's not Five of Swords energy. It's more inconvenient. It's more arguing, bickering, that sort of thing, okay? It's a very proud energy too. It's a lot of pride involved, especially if you're dealing with a Leo. There's a Leo in this card. I know you guys can't see that, but there's a Leo symbol there. And it's also Jupiterian energy, so it could be a Sag for some of you. But there's a lot of like petty arguments, okay? Four of Swords is truce, right? So who doesn't want a truce after you guys see truce under there? You can't really see it. I tell you, my camera focuses when it wants to. But that says truce, okay? So it's taking a step back, okay? Taking a step back. You may not make up with this person right away, but you are going to your separate corners. You don't want this energy, okay? I know you would rather be in a good space, you know, romance and all that, but this is a better situation to be in than in this situation. This is actually the best approach during Venus retrograde, because during Venus retrograde, like I told the other signs, love is really not in our control. Venus is coming through to shift a lot of things in our love life, shift a lot of our love patterns and habits, okay? So she's coming in to kind of do what Saturn does when, you know, when it returns in your chart or something. It's like, okay, well, what lessons do you need to have you learned from love since the last time I retrograde, and which lessons are you going to need to work on now? Okay, she always tries to give you lessons about love, whether it's familial love or love, like romantic love, right? Okay, so this is the best time, because you don't want to be, if during retrograde, Venus retrograde, 5 of Wands and arguments can really seem more serious than they are. So you don't want to be arguing with your partner right now. Even if you two aren't communicating, accept that that's much better than arguing during a Venus retrograde. Because this is when people really think things are serious and they make really big decisions that they might not want to do. Like, I mean, my husband, you know, just speaking of personal experience, you know, when I divorced him, I don't regret divorcing him, but now I think about it and it's like, dang, is that something that I really had to do? Was he really that bad? But during the situation that made me want to divorce him, this 5 of Cups energy, I was just feeling like very disappointed, very sad. And I really thought it was more serious than it was, and made that decision. Now, would I go back and redo it? No. You know what I mean? I know that it was for a reason. I did it for a reason. But it's just things seem way deeper during these times than they really are. Like this 5 of Cups energy, you're super lonely. You're super depressed. You're, you know, about love. Your money is not where it needs to be. Those types of things. It's kind of, it's the worst, especially when things are like dying, the fall season. Venus retrogrades during summer months are way easier than Venus retrogrades during, you know, fall months. And I believe they have Venus retrograding in 12 signs in Sag, but I'm not 100% sure. Sidereally, meaning that where Venus actually is when she retrogrades in the sky will be in Scorpio, true Scorpio. So again, super emotional time. Super emotional time. And I'm not talking about tropical astrology. I'm sure in tropical astrology it's Sag. I'm not 100% sure, but I don't follow the tropical zodiac. So in my opinion, this is going to be a very deep-rooted Venus retrograde. It's going to be very hard for a lot of people. So the Ace of Wands tells me here, you will have a new beginning in love, okay? So, like I said, don't take this energy too seriously. There's a fresh start coming, the Ace of Wands. It may not manifest exactly in November, but you will be hearing of new energy with you and your partner, okay? It is a chance to start new. I really feel like some of you guys are going to be making a move here in November. Let's see. I'm looking up when where Venus is retrograding. I have no idea what that is outside. That loud ass noise. Let's see, Venus retrograde. Where is Venus retrograding? No, it actually says Scorpio as well. Scorpio. Okay, so it's also in, okay, so that's cool. That's cool. Okay, so I'm not wrong. I wasn't wrong. Okay, cool. Venus, yeah, she's retrograding a beginning in Scorpio. So yeah, very, very hard, very hard Venus retrograde. Okay, so that's, you know, my advice to you guys is don't take it too seriously. I know it's going to feel really deep, but just don't swallow it up and then really digest it as this is the way things are going to be for the rest of ever. Okay, now for some of you, if it's not a marriage or it's a relationship that is on the outs, like you guys feel like it is an end, then this Ace of Wands is a new person coming in. Okay, either way, look at that one. It's a fresh start. Okay, so but I really feel like because of this 4 swords here, this truce, it's a new beginning with your partner, and it may actually be like of a sexual nature. A sexual reunion, very passionate, but whatever it is, it's very nice with the Ace of Wands here, okay, and the 2 of Cups. It's a deep connection that is restarting, okay? So Aries, I think this is pretty good. I feel like you're taking back your power. You're really trying to figure out what makes you happy, because you're at your wit's end. The 10 of Cups is a good card, but it also means that it could be the end of where you're like the end of your happiness has arrived, like with the situation. meaning that you've plateaued at your job, your relationship, you need something new, you need a fresh start in your relationship. It also means, again, we've been talking about family burdens with you guys, Aries. It means that your family could be a consistent burden in your life and you need a new beginning from that. So really taking back your happiness is a very important time for you, Aries. Now understand, this is the opposite energy of your sign, right? We're going to be in Libra. So this is the time where you guys do the very, very deep work. It's very hard for Aries people during this time of year, okay? It's like during February for me because I'm Leo. During Aquarius season, it's very hard for me. Same thing with you guys. You guys are dealing with the Venus retrograde and your opposite time, your shadow period. So this is the time to do the really big work so that when Aries rolls around, you will be benefiting from this very good energy, okay? So do the work now. Don't prolong it. Don't continue to enable it. Four of Pentacles. Don't hold on to things longer than they need to be. It's really time to flush it out. You will be in sync with nature. You will be in sync with what the universe is trying to do for your life anyway. So that way it won't be as hard. I also recommend sleeping. That's a good thing too, right? All right, so I'm going to go ahead and pull you guys some romance cards, all right? I'll get you one for each month. And then we'll go ahead and wrap up. Aries, good reading. Good freaking reading. All right, what's going on with Aries? Give me 3 cards for Aries, please. Give me 3 cards for Aries, please. I have no idea what my neighbors are doing upstairs, if you guys can hear that. I really try to figure out if they have like a furniture moving company upstairs, because that's like what they do all day. It's really weird. All right, let's see what popped out here. I think you guys literally had 3 cards pop out. Okay, so we've got the Deception card here, which could be what this 5 of Wands is about. Someone is wearing a false mask in this relationship. That's for October. Then we have Express Your Love. Go ahead and make the romantic gesture. I feel like in this situation, you can tell someone how you feel and then leave it alone. Give someone a very endearing message. Let them know how you feel about them overall during this truce, and then no more arguing, no more fighting. Even if they give you a nasty response in return, don't go there with them. The 4 of Swords is telling you that you need time apart from your partner in your separate corners. You don't need to continue this strife energy, okay? So this is smart. That's what I do. I tell people how I feel, like, hey, you know I was upset earlier, or sometimes I don't even bring up that because it'll just bring up that old wound. But I tell them exactly how I feel and say, hey, I'm always here for you whenever you're ready to talk. It puts it kind of back on them. And, at least you're not thinking about, dang, I wish I wouldn't have said that. He really doesn't like me now. She really hates me now because I said that. You clear the air. You leave. You don't want to, it's like couples who don't believe in going to bed mad. It's also the same thing in relationships. Don't leave your partner to simmer with these strife feelings here. Tell them how you feel and then leave it, okay? Don't try to control the situation, Aries. Don't try to push right now. It's not time for you to push, okay? It's really never time for you to push, but this is exactly not the time to push, okay? So then we have chemistry here. So there's a strong magnetic attraction. And what did I say about passion? Okay, Ace of Wands. This is like what you want here, okay? So, bottom of the deck, stay optimistic about your love life. Positive thinking and faith will bring you romance. So, you guys, man, I'm telling you, I've seen way worse readings to this, right? Especially for you guys. We've had way worse readings. So, you will make it through, Aries. I'm here if you guys need me. You guys know I love Aries energy. So, don't get too caught up in this retrograde, okay? It's temporary. It's really literally over after November. So just know this Ace of Wands energy is coming, okay? So thank you so much, Aries, for watching. Please comment and let me know if you'd like to see any other signs, or what you thought about the reading. Nice comments if you could. That would always be appreciated during Venus retrograde. And make sure you like the video, okay? Thank you so much, Aries. I'll see you next time. Bye.